Hi everyone, welcome to your weekend readings for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. So it's a new month. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all came through the solar eclipse okay. Nothing too anxious, I hope. Another eclipse, lunar eclipse, coming in just over a week, so it doesn't slow down in that sense, but hopefully you're catching your breath at the moment. It's not too intense at this time, so please let me know how you're doing if you're here in the chat, and please say hi. Please remember to like the video as well. Let me know how your eclipse was and how your week has been. If you set any intentions around the eclipse, please let me know what they were. And hopefully we're going to be in good shape to work with that. And yes, I know Mercury is going retrograde very shortly. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year, and people can sort of fuss about it a bit too much. There'll be something to learn and reflect upon, but it's really not as big a deal as some people like to make out. And it's just astrological weather, you know. So take the opportunity to have a sit down or have a lie down and get yourself settled. Just breathe in nice and deeply. Feel the air rush through your system. And as you breathe out, just allow anything you're carrying around to drop away into the earth. Breathe in and just allow the air to refresh you again. And keep on breathing like that. As you get settled, I'm going to shuffle, and then we can move on to see what the next couple of days look like for the collective. Hi LV, hi Melody Melodical, hi Luna M, hi Sarah. Wonderful to see all of you here. So the picture for the collective, let's get a sense of where we're coming from, where we're at, and where we're going to. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Interesting. Okay, this is very, very interesting where we're at. And I've gone straight to my heart space, and there are various cups showing up. So this fits together a little bit. I feel like a lot of us are kind of in this place of looking for somewhere to put our hearts. And I feel like we're looking at a broader picture here. So a lot of people have been focused very much on sort of individual love, romantic love, this kind of thing, the relationship you might be in, or the person you're hoping to meet, or that kind of thing. Very, very traditional sort of way of looking at love. But there is, I feel, there is kind of a shift to looking at that more in collective terms at this time. So looking at what it means to feel at home in a community, in a group of people, what it means to feel loved more broadly, supported more broadly, a sense of belonging, this kind of thing. So in our minds is the Hierophant. So this is a little bit of a barrier, is that old way of looking at things, rigid stuff around commitment, around one person to the other, and potentially still some old ideas, having our thoughts controlled by some old ideas, old values that don't really fit the current time. Old paradigms are still in our minds, but our feelings are moving beyond that, moving beyond the 10 of Cups. traditional family, traditional relationship, all of this stuff, which is very, very nice. Suits a lot of people very, very well, but reaching for that and nothing else, it doesn't really cut it, because we wind up still isolated, closed off, focused too narrowly, this kind of thing. The subconscious energy is pushing us really hard to do better. It's the sun. It's the sun. So it's about getting out, feeling supported, feeling that sense of belonging, feeling nourished. You have to allow that to push hard at the moment. Don't try to overrule it with the rational conscious mind, because this is trying to push you somewhere better. This is on your side here. It's on your side, and it's going to force you to make changes as well. The Tower is showing up in the present. So this is also about self-worth. And when we talk about belonging, when we talk about community, when we talk about things like this, it's also about knowing what's not quite right. What groups of people don't I want to be in? What relationships are not really cutting it, or at the very least need to be remodeled, or have the emphasis or importance taken off of them at this time? Little beam coming in there. And this is progressive. Like, this is like, you can see like the spaceship firing the beam there. It's progressive, this. So it's moving to like a bigger form of consciousness, a more expanded consciousness as well. And that's also going to mean a few endings, a few things coming apart, people leaving your life because they've needed to for a while. Don't fight it. Like the Hierophant is sort of like, oh, I'm going to cling to it. It's all I know. Allow that to crumble away. It's going to open up a greater level of understanding. Queen of Cups. Giving space for the heart to expand into, giving space for you to expand into, giving space for you to feel more deeply and have a deeper sense of knowing that you're in the right place. So there can't be a clinging to what is leaving at this time. And it is eclipse season. We're in between two eclipses. That's what you'd expect to happen at this time. But more broadly, it's about that, allowing things to go and focusing on where you truly feel that sense of belonging and see it in a broad way. Yes, if you're in a good relationship, build it. If there's somebody you're attracted to, work on that too. If you're dating someone, great, see how that goes. But bigger, wider, broader, that's the energy of the time for this weekend. And it is warmed and nurtured by the sun and by that feeling of togetherness, whether with one person, whether with yourself, or whether with many people. It's just lighter and easier to deal with. So allow that to break through. I hope that makes sense as a collective picture. I'm going to move on now to the 12 signs. Aries through to Pisces, starting with Aries. Hi, what else is possible? Hi, super angry koala. And please remember to like the video, everyone, and share the video if you're able. That helps a huge amount. So Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. Hi, Miss Lovely Ace. What's Aries up to for this weekend? Okay. Okay. This is nice, Aries. You're getting into your feelings and not in a bad way. Unless you start overthinking or doubting sort of where you're at. I've just got this landscape spreading out in front of me, like this river, and you're just sort of on the edge of it, and maybe you drift along it, maybe you hang around on the bank, but it's nice and it's calm, and you can observe yourself, you can observe your process, where you're up to. Really, really chilled, really, really relaxing. And relaxing is a good place. This can be quite chilled at this time, especially in the early part of the weekend. So yes, you have the Lovers showing up in your conscious mind, and you have the Two of Swords in your unconscious mind. So I feel that you've been struggling to make choices, commitments, stick to them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, intense self-doubt, when it goes on and on and on, is and becomes avoidance. But at this moment in time, I don't feel you're at the stage of avoidance. I feel that you're taking your time over decisions, working out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you don't need to rush too much. You also have a need to figure out what you want. So other people might be making demands on you or suggestions of you, and that's the stuff that you're sort of like, oh, I don't really know about that. I don't really know about that. Not going to give too much away. Hanged Man. Not going to give too much away for now. And that's all right. Feeling into it. Feeling deeply into it. Your challenge is the Queen of Wands. So stand your ground against other people imposing stuff upon you, sure. But get in touch with your feelings and understand what you want, what drives you, what your needs are, what your desires are at this time, because we are in a time of new beginnings and big changes. And with the Queen of Wands as your challenge, it is about owning your own space. It is about doing something that doesn't have to be super active, but is clear, decisive, pushes for what you want in these circumstances. So you can get into your feelings, but allow your feelings to steer you, and then move into action. And yes, you might be pushing away people telling you what to do, giving unsolicited advice. That's okay. Don't push everyone away at this time, Aries. Somebody has something for you that's going to help you. Four of Cups is your advice. It's okay to hold steady. It's okay to hold your own boundaries. Allow the right people in. If people don't fit with you, that's okay. But if they do, allow them in. And just allow them to guide you a little, or come up with ideas or suggestions, or to offer support, and be open to working alongside them. So it doesn't have to be totally solo, nor does it have to be the overarching commitment of a lifetime. It can be lighter and more casual than that, Aries. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Taurus. Hi, K-Stars. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. We have Sunday as the 7th day, then Sunday is 777, and that's a very nice fortuitous number, so let's work with that. And there are 7 people watching at the moment. Excellent. Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Okay, so Aries was a bit in their feelings, but it was quite relaxed, not too bad. Taurus, you're a bit in your feelings, but maybe a bit too much in your feelings. And this might lead you to sort of fixate on something. It might lead your mood to drop at this time. So you're sort of going along quite nicely, and then along comes a thought or a memory, something, or a fear, something that is not quite resolved within you, links to something earlier that might not have been very nice, and it's like you sort of drop, and it's sort of oh, and then it's like you might stay in this place for a little while, and you might resist other people's attempts to kind of not even snap you out of it, but give you an alternate focus that isn't just just something real that you're working with there. But I feel like you might just wind up a little bit closed off as a result. The star is in your subconscious, so I feel like you were hoping you'd move past this and you haven't, and this is coming up. So I feel it's sort of, it's not a well-positioned star here. So it's sort of like a force that, rather than leading you onwards and upwards, is sort of dragging you down. And this is, I feel it's an old memory. Could even be a neurosis or something similar, but something catches you, possibly triggers you, has this response. You show up as the Queen of Swords. Suddenly very, very serious. Very, very serious, and maybe quick to close off to people. In your conscious mind is the Three of Wands. Not knowing, holding back because you don't really know where anything's going to go, and you want certainty because this has upset you, and now you want something certain before you do something else. Your challenge is the Seven of Wands. With the Seven of Wands, your challenge really is not to close yourself off entirely. Reach out and touch something. Connect with someone. Allow someone to connect with you. Allow someone to bring some light and some hope in the midst of this. When this shows up for you, you could drop into it and stay in it for a long time, and you should acknowledge your feelings because they're real. You should acknowledge the underlying wound or process that is being highlighted there. But you don't just have to sit in it and not do anything with it. You can also be open. Seven of Wands is followed as advice by the Seven of Cups. Be open to advice, comfort, company from a surprising place, and be open to people surprising you as well. Be open to people surprising you at this time. I don't feel it solves what underlies this, but it's going to lift you out of it and allow you to look at it from a distance rather than from dropping right into the heart of it, where you could get very, very low. And then I feel that star shines a bit brighter and you can see where you're going a bit clearer. I hope that makes sense for you, Taurus. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Hi, Hooks Fremont. Hi, Danielle. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July, 2019. Gemini. Okay. Okay. Gemini has a lot in common with the collective, and that's good. That's healthy. You're feeling purposeful, Gemini, quite confident, quite self-confident, confident in what you've done, what you've achieved. Things are going well, and you feel that on the surface. It's like, oh, now I can do this action. I'm going to set about this. And I see you going about things very purposefully, very confidently. And you're in a comfortable space, and it's opening up possibilities for you at this time, Gemini. So this is really encouraging. Really, really encouraging. 9 of coins in your conscious mind. You're quite content. You're quite content, but you're not stopping there. You're reaching outwards. 6 of swords. You want new experiences, new things to do. You want things to get bigger, to expand further. You want to test yourself, learn more about yourself in different situations, challenge yourself. Subconscious might get in the way. Queen of swords, overthinking. Overthinking. You're just getting going, and then that little doubt kicks in. Little voice in your head. You can't do that. Now that's going to go wrong. It's a bit shit. This kind of low-level sniping from your inner process. Okay? And that's a real thing to have to deal with, and it comes from somewhere real. It's also something that you can discern as not strictly coming from you, as being something that was said to you earlier in life. Somebody put you down, or you learned this, you internalized this. It's programming, it's cultural conditioning. And it's something that you can push beyond. You're stripping that away at this time. And when you notice it, you can notice what it is, and you can make a choice to argue against it, put it to one side, let it drift away, let it drift downstream, and come back to love, come back to self-love, come back to community. Just like with the collective picture, come back to belonging somewhere. 10 of cups, and come back to what you're building towards. And this doesn't have to be building towards a relationship or a group of people, although it can be, but simple satisfaction and joy in the fact that you're going to create something, achieve something that is you, is yours, comes from your feeling, comes from your experiences, is uniquely you. Your advice is the Queen of Cups. You have the keys. There is the door. You are going to be able to find your way through that. All you need to do at this time, Gemini, is follow your heart. Yes, you're an air sign, but at this time, it's about following your heart and putting to rest those irritating little doubts and voices coming up. You're going to silence them in practice at this time. I hope that makes sense for you, Gemini. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. Cancer. Interesting for you, Cancer, in the middle of Cancer season and no shortage of planets in Cancer. Either you're diving quite deep this weekend, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not diving deep into the dark, murky depths of, oh my goodness, it's trauma and it's smashed to pieces and all of that. It's nothing like that. You're diving deep and you're finding hidden gold down there. So I feel like you're reframing past experiences and maybe more recent experiences and maybe your view of yourself and maybe your view of other people. And it's really, really favorable. This is really, really healthy work that you're doing that is going to allow you to see things in a far more positive and optimistic light. Page of Cups in your conscious mind. You're going looking. You're going looking. You don't know what you're going to find, but you're going looking down in there, deep in your feelings, deep in your experiences, deep in your memories. And down there, the Lovers. Down there, a sense of how things fit with you. So a sense of belonging for you, Cancer, is belonging with yourself. Understanding those hidden parts of yourself and not fearing them, but finding something down there that actually is fuel for you, that fills you up, that warms you, that makes this easier for you. Makes it easier for you. So you're no longer overwhelmed by whatever you've been hiding or running from. King of Cups. No longer overwhelmed, able to deal, able to see the best in it. King of Cups, Page of Cups, seeing the best in what you're finding and seeing the best in yourself and in your ability to deal. Making you optimistic. Wheel of Fortune, you have the tools. You're gaining an additional level of control over yourself, over your life, over your destiny, because you're not repressing these things anymore, because you're ready to welcome them in to your whole being. And it opens it up. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. You might heal your relationships to your family around this time, or go some way to doing so, or at least have a clearer understanding of how this all fitted together, what the bigger dynamic was, not making excuses for anyone who acted improperly, but seeing the bigger context, seeing where love was present if it was. And the same is true for anyone else you've been relating to. So there's an air of gratitude that is coming out of this for you as well, Cancer. It feels really, really healthy and a really good focus for you at this time. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. Just a second. There we go. Okay, Leo. Hi, LMM. Okay. It's a really healing time at the moment. Really is. Like this being between eclipses, you're all doing really good work. We're all doing really good work. Okay, because at least only one of my signs that's come up so far was very positive. So you are being less reactive, Leo. You're being less reactive. You're going to be setting boundaries healthily. You're going to be responding rather than reacting. This is very, very mature. So I feel like something is there, or someone says or does something, and you might normally fly off the handle a bit over this or get drawn in. You might take the bait. Appropriate justice is showing up there, and with this justice, you might take the bait, you might get stuck in this kind of thing, baiting going in, but I don't feel like you are. I feel like you hold back. You hold back, and you're like, actually, I'm just going to go over here and do this instead. Really mature, really mature. King of Cups in your subconscious. Someone trying to get a rise out of you. Maybe not on a conscious level, but that's what normally happens in this situation. But instead of that, you're like, actually, I'm going to take myself out of here. 8 of Cups. I'm going to take myself out of here and go somewhere better and do something different. And this is you taking a stand. Not in the sense of flying in there, but in the sense of taking a stand against being provoked or drawn in, and against what has been maybe your process or your reaction. Ace of Wands, it's a new beginning for you. It's a different way of doing things that you can build on. Taking back a degree of control. Seeing new possibilities, new ways of doing things, and not expending needless energy on things that don't really help and are just there to prove a point. So your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to open doors for you as well. All that energy that you're saving, letting the universe know that you're ready for new things and doing things in new ways, really starts to open things up for you. And I feel like with the energy saved from that, you're able to attract more of the things that you need. And that can be people, but it can be money, it can be abundance, it can be opportunities, it can be all kinds of things. But you're clearing space for it this way, Leo. Really, really healthy, really, really encouraging. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Virgo. Hi, Mahari. Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising for the 5th to the 7th of July, 2019. Something's really exciting you this weekend, Virgo. I just kind of got your heart sort of lighting up, your eyes lighting up as well. So you're excited by something, infused by something, drawn towards something. Drawn towards something maybe a little too strongly. Maybe you want to think this one over before you commit to it. This may be something that you would sign up to and it would be a commitment, or it may be somebody that you're interested in. There's a powerful drive towards it, but there's also something within you warning you against it. And you might want to take your time and figure out which one of those you want to listen to. And the reason for that is that what is attracting you, drawing you in, what is lighting you up Feels like something very similar to what's lit you up before and hasn't ended well. And when you've done that and been through that and learned that, you don't need to repeat it. So this is your area of development, Virgo. 8 of Wands in your conscious mind comes in quick. Light breaks through. Let's go and do this quickly, 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 quickly. May not get you anywhere good necessarily. In your subconscious, 8 of Cups. Should I go and do something else? Little doubt that actually is not a bad thing. And at the center of this, the Queen of Wands. So I feel like there is somebody very, very persuasive, very charismatic, potentially, who is trying to draw you into this. Most likely a fire sign energy, could be Aries, could be Leo, could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And don't let them influence your decision too much. If this feels familiar, maybe it is. So your challenge is the Moon. If you're going to go tumbling down that rabbit hole, make sure it's a new one, a new experience, and not just something old repeating when you're ready to move past it. Your advice is the 7 of Cups. Things may not be what they seem. This person may not be all that they seem as well. Take it slowly. Doesn't mean don't do it, but take it slowly. Listen to your doubts and avoid any deep commitments of this nature, whatever they look like. This could be someone getting you to sign something or do something or commit to something or to them. Don't commit just yet. Work through what you're being told here. So reflect, reflect, reflect. And don't mistake somebody else's charisma for something more. Don't mistake style for substance. There you go. I hope that makes sense for you, Virgo. The next sign is going to be Libra. Hi, Sophie Cos06. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. Libra. First card that's jumped for you, Libra. Okay, Libra. Certainty in your mind over something, Libra. Like the words "I was right all along" have just come up there. I was right all along, and I didn't need to go through all of this to find out what I knew to begin with anyway. And you might be devaluing the experience you had along the way as well. King of Swords in your conscious mind. That's where you're coming in. I was right all along. I knew it. I'll take a rest now. Done my bit. Because you were right, and that's all that matters, obviously, Libra, being right. Yeah? Isn't that what motivates you? In your subconscious, King of Wands. King of Wands. that isn't all that matters. And deep down, you know that isn't all that matters. What matters is feeling and creating and experiencing and doing and everything else. So get out of your head, Libra. 5 of Coins shows up as your situation. Fine. Maybe you knew that was going to happen. Maybe you judged it correctly. Awesome. Good judgment. Useful. Don't need to applaud yourself. And all it might do is wind people up. So why not forget that you knew that in the first place and welcome where you've come to now instead? That's going to be a lot easier and better for you and easier for other people to deal with. And for some of you Libras, it's going to change somebody's view of you. It's going to open up a possibility of a deep connection with someone, or maybe multiple people, maybe a group of people, but they're going to see a different side of you when you get out of your head and more into your feelings and more into acceptance. The Knight of Cups shows up for you, and so does the Ace of Cups. Somebody wants a nice time with you, a nice atmosphere with you, a loving atmosphere. For some of you, a romantic atmosphere, Libra. You know what's going to put them off? If you get all fucking intellectual and I told you so and withdrawn and aloof and whatever else. If you come across high and mighty or whatever, don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to ruin something good. That's a choice that you're making this weekend, Libra. So be discerning and fine. You can applaud yourself on your judgment. But welcome the experience. Welcome the people around you. Welcome what it all means. And open yourself to people rather than writing them off or talking over them or talking down to them. Meet them on a level, because what you have to offer is worth no more or less than them. Self-importance can really undermine you here, and it can push people away who you otherwise would be really, really close to, and that can really increase at this time for you, Libra. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Hi, Brian. Hi, Rose Gold. Scorpio. Thank you. Okay, Scorpio. You, Scorpio, and some of you I appreciate may not have had the easiest time of late by any means. Maybe not the easiest time for a long time, I don't know. But if you anticipate the worst, if you anticipate having a bad time, if you anticipate disappointment, if you anticipate everybody as a potential threat or enemy or not on your level, then you don't get to move forward. 10 of Swords is in your conscious mind and is not the experience of this weekend necessarily, but is potentially how you sabotage it or stop it from happening and stop it from being good. Careful with that. Careful with that. Give people time. Allow yourself to see people in a new way. Allow yourself to express and approach in a slightly different way that doesn't even have to be that major, but shifts things enough. So your subconscious urge, listen to it, 7 of Coins. But also allow people to surprise you. Allow the situations to surprise you. Allow you to surprise you. Allow things to shift more around you than you felt was possible. You see, where this is coming from is actually a lack of self-confidence. A belief that on some level people are going to start undermining you or being in your way or not being right with you or all of this stuff. 5 of Wands. But you're putting a strain on yourself here. You're putting a strain on yourself here. And fine, some people are going to tear into you, but some aren't. Some are just off minding their business and wouldn't mind your company because they respect you and who you are and what you do. 9 of Coins is your challenge. Remind yourself of your own worth, but not in the sense of I'm better than them, because you're not. Just in the sense of you doing your own thing and deserving the right company, the right people around you to have a good time. You're another sign that is being lined up with this kind of challenge of some description to open up some doors for you. And also recognize your own power and responsibility, therefore. Your final card is the Wheel of Fortune, showing up again. We're seeing the wheel a lot today. Places it back into your hands. It's a perspective shift. It's an openness that's required. It's seeing yourself and other people that bit differently, opening up possibilities and recognizing that it's okay to enjoy yourself, to get excited about something or someone, to go and do something with someone that you enjoy and not expect it to crash down. To spend a bit more time with people, to remember that you can leave at any time, but you don't have to. Break the automatic reaction, the automatic habit, that thought process that limits you. Because it can change a bit, it can open up doors for you, and you'll find that people value you as much as you need to value yourself. I hope that makes sense for you, Scorpio. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Hi, Philippa. Hi, Ladybug. Hi, Love Goddess. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. Sagittarius. Okay, Sag. Another heart-centered reading. So I mentioned it for the collective way back at the start, and it's showing up a lot. It's showing up a lot. So that warmth of the sun is there. So there we are. That warmth of the sun is there. Very, very heart-centered for so many signs, and you're amongst them, Sagittarius. But it's not that you're letting somebody in so much. It's more that you're letting yourself out. You're letting yourself out of the restrictions that you've placed upon yourself, out of the limiting beliefs that you've put upon yourself or that you've internalized from somewhere else that have been holding you back behind this door, and now this door is opening and you're stepping outwards and your heart is there and it's expanding, and this is quite beautiful. Page of Cups. Page of Cups in your conscious mind, and this is you letting yourself out. You letting yourself out to be with the people and have the experiences that are out there that you might have turned down before. Opening that up because you need the freedom. You need the variety. You do need the variety and freedom. You're a Sagittarius. This is literally what you're about. In your subconscious is the Chariot. So this can shift you, it can move you because you're allowing yourself to expand, gathering more and more, and gaining the healthy part of your power. Not the power to go, I'm going to fetch myself off, but the power that goes, actually, I'm going for this. I'm taking part. Being around different people, having new experiences, getting to know them, sharing things with them, realizing that taking part in a more holistic way is valuable. Six of Coins. Six of Coins. Not being scared. Page of Swords. Getting out there and seeing what it's really like. It's really like, and allowing the things that have been bothering you to melt away, Sagittarius. Advice is simply thinking outside the box and sticking with it. Catching yourself before you go back to old ways, old patterns, that kind of thing. The Hierophant is your advice. Slightly different Hierophant. Different ideas, different ways of looking at things. Bring that in. It's a different form of wisdom that you are gaining, and it's going to allow you to expand, Sagittarius. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Still got a bit over a week before the lunar eclipse in your sign, Capricorn, so make the most of it. Things may change for you after that. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July, 2019. Capricorn. You are loosening up, Capricorn. You're loosening up. I like this side of you that is coming out at this time. It feels like you're really making the most of the summer, of the people who are out there, the hot weather, the gap between the eclipses. Feels really nice. Some of you are going to be going dancing. Some of you are expressing yourself in other ways, but it feels very loose, very free, very hopeful and optimistic. The star in your conscious mind, the sun in your subconscious mind. So your subconscious is not opposed really to your conscious mind. In fact, the subconscious may give you the kick to actually get out there and do it instead of just dreaming about it, getting the urge to get out there. Follow it, follow it, follow it. Feels nice, feels rejuvenating. Feels like you're no longer intimidated, no longer afraid of being seen, no longer afraid to relax. So you're able to relax, you're able to be around more people, you're able to feel yourself, and you're able to relieve the strain that you put upon yourself. Justice, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is falling away very nicely. Don't have to worry at the moment, Capricorn. It's okay. You can go and enjoy yourself. And what's more, people are going to be really pleased to see you, to spend time with you, to be around you in this space. 6 of Wands. You don't need to feel overwhelmed. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Take breaks when you have to. But don't worry about Monday morning. Don't worry about the deadline and this and this. No, I have to work towards this. Fuck off, okay? Like, go and fucking enjoy it at this time, Capricorn. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising for the 5th to the 7th of July 2019. Hi, Joy. Okay. Who or what are you waiting on, Aquarius? And why is it affecting you so much? I'm getting pacing back and forth. Who or what is this important? Who or what has this level of control over you, this level of purchase upon you? That they'd snap their fingers and you'd come running. Who's wielding influence over you, and why are you allowing it to happen, Aquarius? What is that influence causing you to leave behind, and why? What are you giving up at this time for a promise that may not be fulfilled? What are you giving that away for? Who are you giving it away to? 6 of Swords is in your conscious mind. What is this situation about? What are you understanding? Where is this person taking you? Why are you going with them? What's motivating you? The Chariot is in your subconscious, so something is pushing you to move and make a change. And you're saying, okay, I want to make a change, but they're going to show me the way. I'm going to wait for them to do that for me. And it's going to take me away from where I am. Other people don't need to know. But you're also giving up power, surrendering power, giving loads of yourself away. 7 of Swords. Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Because I feel like you are almost wanting to be led into a situation that overwhelms you and that isn't quite right for you. And more importantly, you seem to be putting the rest of your life and your joy on hold. So you're giving a lot away. 6 of Wands is your challenge. Why are you giving so much away? What's it for? Who's it for? Why are you doing it? You've got to analyze that and come to an answer. I'm not saying you're wrong to, but you need to ask why. What's this pattern? What's it for? What's the significance of it? You see, there are 2 ways to approach this. I can't tell you which one it is. You need to examine it yourself. One opens doors, one closes doors. If you're giving away power, there'll definitely be something real in it for you. It will need to be a guaranteed win if you're giving away this much power. So make sure it is. And if not, take it back. Allow that to happen in the background. And remember what you want. Summon your own power, your own drive, your own determination, and find the doors that you can force to open. That's the main message for you, Aquarius. Be prepared to take your power back. Be prepared to walk away from what doesn't serve you in favor of what does, and that empowers you, means that you become stronger and more valuable. I hope that makes sense for you, Aquarius. The final sign is going to be Pisces. Hi, Amy. Thank you. It's really kind of you. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 5th to the 7th of July, 2019. Hi, Red Roses. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Okay. Choices to make. Choices to make. You're hesitant, Pisces. You're hesitant about overcommitting yourself. You're hesitant about stretching yourself. You're hesitant about exposing yourself. You're dreading doing something in case it winds up in tears or goes badly or puts a strain on you. 5 of Swords in your conscious mind, but I don't feel that that's necessarily accurate. I don't feel like you're about to be left for dead. I feel this is a pattern that is perpetuating and playing out within you. Holds you in place, locks you in place, keeps you from moving forward. The devil in your subconscious mind, the devil. Fear programming. Fear programming that doesn't stand up to scrutiny if you look it in the eye. Situation is the Tower. This is what you're anticipating as well. A fall, a collapse. I can't do that because if it falls apart, I can't get back up. Alternatively, you're being set free from limitations if you take the opportunities that are being presented to you this weekend and go and experiment, go and show yourself, put your mark on them. Dip your toe in the water, stir it up, see what it actually tastes like. 3 of coins. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. Because I feel that by taking part in whatever the opportunity is that's coming your way this weekend, Pisces, and not darting off, not running for cover, ducking for cover, running and hiding, but allowing yourself to take part in this as an equal, so it feels like this is something that has a group of people involved, you're going to open something up, something that surprises you. It's going to lead to a more interesting opportunity, and one that you might have also turned down in the past, but which feels it's going to be right for you. So somebody might be asking you to get involved in something. It could be a group, it could be learning something, it could be teaching something. But there's a choice to make and a potential commitment that is a bit out of left field for you. And it feels really healthy and a space to express yourself. The Lovers. I feel like you're going to find something, find a place where you fit that feels nice, and it's going to open something up for you, Pisces. So go with it at this time. I hope that makes sense for you. That is all 12 signs. And I have time now to pull cards for a couple of people. So if you have any questions that you'd like cards pulled on briefly, please pop them in the live chat and I will see which of you I am drawn to. I'm going to remind everyone to like and share the video and to subscribe and enable notifications. All of those really help. If my work helps you and you'd like to leave me a tip or a donation, my details for that, the PayPal details are just in the box below. If you'd like to book a personal reading and go through any area of life or multiple areas of life or anything that's come up today or anything else you're working through or dealing with, you can book me. My details for that are in the box below, and so are my details if you'd like an astrology reading. Let me see who is coming up in the live chat. LMM would like to know what I can expect in my romantic life. Okay, LMM, let me have a look for you. Thank you, Aliyah. LMM. Love reading for LMM. Okay. Okay, LMM. You are... I feel like you're looking for something very, very big, very, very stable, very, very solid at the moment, and you might rule things out prematurely if they don't fit the mold, the pattern, the exact shape that you have lined up for what you feel you want to move towards. 10 of Pentacles showing up for you. This might make you a little pessimistic or closed off to some people. And at this time, my advice to you is to look for the best in people you're encountering. 6 of Wands. See the best in yourself as well, because part of this is a bit of self-doubt in terms of being able to build something with someone rather than it being a done deal, because you've got to co-create something here. Final card is the World. I feel that there can be something for you, but it's going to be a little outside the box at first. It's going to build in a strange way. So I feel like if you come across somebody who you're just instantly swept away by at the moment, take your time over that one. If there's something that seems a little more unusual, maybe a slower burner in some ways, it's going to take a bit of work for both of you. Maybe it's complicated. Maybe there's things to work through, things to agree on, to negotiate on. That feels like the better one at the moment. That feels like the one that you can influence, build, get to know each other, shape into something more real and more lasting. That means you have to deal with your reticence towards that kind of contact and relationship. But I feel like there is more potential in that for you, and it's the experience that you need to be attracting at this time. I hope that makes sense for you. You see who else I'm drawn to? Malik, 2 dragons. Sweetheart, how can I move through this painful transition? Let me have a look for you, Malik. How can I move through this painful transition? This is going to sound really rudimentary, and I apologize. I'll see if they want to give me anything further. The main message is follow your own light, rebuild your own stability, celebrate yourself. So the Hermit, it's going to take time as well. You can't rush this, but you're heading towards something. Maybe you can't see what you're heading towards, but you are heading in the right direction. It is coming together for you. It is going to be what you need it to, and you can trust yourself on it. Take time for yourself, the things that you value, the things that make you feel good about yourself. Take time alone when you need to, but don't isolate yourself entirely. Call in support as well, and let other people know where the value in you is when you can. But take your time, take time by yourself. And with the 5 of Cups, allow yourself to feel the sense of loss, disappointment, grief, anger, whatever else is coming up. And I feel like it's grief mostly and sadness, but allow yourself to feel that in full. And give yourself the space to work through it, and that can be by yourself, but it's also allowing yourself things, and it's allowing yourself to know that you are heading on to something better, somewhere better, Malik. It was a wrench to leave that behind. I know that. But you're going the right way, and you don't need to keep looking back over your shoulder. I hope that makes sense for you. Aaliyah is asking for a love reading. Aaliyah. You've already got somebody on your mind, Aaliyah. You absolutely do. Shows up as the Emperor. Could be an Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or somebody who is quite sort of, here I am. Somebody sort of takes up space. You notice them in that way. Showing up in your conscious mind. I don't rule that out, but don't make that person your sole focus at this time. You've got some exploring to do, some learning to do, different options to consider. So don't narrow yourself prematurely. Two of Wands in your subconscious. There's other stuff to see, learn, and do before you pin yourself down. You see, you're changing, you're moving, you're gaining access to different sides of yourself, and that's why you shouldn't limit your options with the Chariot. And with the Fool, I feel there is something different and new to explore. And maybe that person will shift and they'll want to explore something with you, but don't limit your options to them. I feel there's more out there for you. Advice is the Queen of Coins. There's still a bit of healing to do from your last relationship that is going to allow you to have this broader perspective, be able to see things a bit broader, and it's okay to take the time to heal and be supported. Allow yourself to open up to more possibilities by doing so. And at the same time, make sure that you stay grounded and that you do continue the work of healing what you've carried over from before. I hope that makes sense for you. Sophie Cos 06. Hello, Zelda. Could you please pull a card for my current love situation? Something I didn't expect happened. Of course, I am worried, but really feeling this is good. Okay, Sophie Cos. Let me get a sense of what you're dealing with. Yeah, something did happen, and it's explorative, and it has potential. It has real potential. You're finding your way. You're seeing the way forward, and you're seeing this as part of that. The Chariot, Page of Swords, facing in the same direction, learning about each other, but pushing in the same direction. Now, you weren't expecting this, and your armor is on. Your armor is on, so you're not quite ready to relax into this yet. I can feel that. I can feel that. It's a learning process. It's a process of experimenting, learning to trust. But I feel that you fit well together, and you're creating something for the future. Two of Wands. And I feel this can become a stable relationship, and you'll be able to relax a bit more with the Emperor. Keep going where you're going and start to let your guard and your barriers down over time, and it's going to feel better as well. I hope that makes sense for you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for your likes, your comments, your shares. If you'd like to leave me a donation, my details are just in the box below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, be that a tarot reading, a psychic reading, an astrology reading, whatever I can help you with, my details for that are also in the box below. If you'd like to collaborate with me, book me for an event, interview me, or anything else, please get in touch. I'm very, very open at this time. Please remember to subscribe and enable notifications. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you all again really, really soon.